Dear self, it's been a while.
Dear whoever this is,
Dear universe, at the end of last semester, I felt so hopeless.
dear chapel of silence, thank you for the sound of my beating heart.
Little chapel of silence, thank you. A million times, thank you.
In this day and age, everyone's talking about prioritizing your self-care and all this, and we have a different language for rest now. But absolutely, these sacred spaces with these high ceilings and these quiet rooms, they remind us to come back to ourselves or to come back to something greater than ourselves. Our bodies know that we need rest, and our ears, our head, everything knows that sometimes we just want it to be quiet.
Part of the magic of the Little Chapel of Silence, the way it is used and the meaning that it has for folks, is not something that anybody imposed on it. The only rubric is silence, that's it. The prayer books, the book on the altar and the Little Chapel of Silence, they're a window into the soul and the heart and the mind of the university's people, students and staff. They get their heads together in the Little Chapel. They sink into a deeper place where they make major life choices when they go there.
My roommate's a music major, and he doesn't really like using headphones, so my room's kind of a noisy place, and my other roommates too, so sort of finding a place where silence is the main aspect of it is really nice.
Oh, and one thing that would come up a lot is just little scribbles, dingbats, drawings of nothing, just doodles, which I thought was great.
Look at this. Is that Bohard? That's pretty good.
I feel so grateful. Eu me sinto tão feliz e agradeço ao universo.
A guy I spoke to once, fell in love with, and will never speak to again.
Sana, sana, colita de rana. Si no sana hoy, sanará mañana.
I'm an atheist, but this place is dope.
Es mi tercera semana en USC. Todavía siento que estoy viviendo en un sueño.
I want to thank this place for existing.
This is a nice place to light up in.
I consider myself a steward. I just make sure that people have the things in there that they need. It's special when you go in, you feel that it's special, and somehow people feel held in that space. And that's really beautiful. I mean, even if it's just for the time when they're in there, that's a gift to be able to unburden yourself. So that's why it's special to me. And I really do hope more people find it. It's a wonderful space to just be in.
To be human is to unravel at some point. To be human is to ask, who am I? To be human is to ask, what is my purpose in the world? What am I doing with my life? Where am I going? And when you read those prayers, it's all there.
I read through this book and see so much pain. So many people feel such emptiness, longing for something more. I often wonder what the point is of all this. Why create a world with such pain?
Todavía siento que estoy viviendo en un sueño y que en cualquier momento me voy a despertar.
I've recently started disassociating more than I used to.
I don't want my sister to die. I love her and I need her, and I'm so afraid. I just want her to be okay.
I think I have early onset Alzheimer's. My grandma got it in her 30s, so it's possible I get it in my 20s. I'm scared nobody will believe me because I'm so young.
I wish I had the chance to really say goodbye. I miss you like the warmth of a summer breeze, and I ache for the moments we could have had together. I hope you're doing good up there.
How many waves before your name washes away?
My support system is disintegrating, and I don't know how to save it.
친구야, 천국에선 잘 지내니? 누나가 많이 보고 싶어요. 아프고 슬프고 외로운 기억 여기서 다 잊고 거기서 행복하길 바라요.
I very often wonder if I have the right to feel as broken as I do. Because in the grand scheme of shit that people go through, it was nothing, right?
Sometimes at night, I like to look up at the stars and cup my hands around my eyes. And pretend I'm floating up in space away from the world and everything.
I'm going so crazy with this mind of mine, so full of memories.
If an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind, then what is love but mutually reassured destruction?
Is it wrong to feel robbed of moments that never passed? My head paints an image of a thief in the night, prying happiness from me.
Sometimes I want to take a step back and free myself from all the commitments and relationships. Sometimes I want to run and scream and cry and stop this earth from spinning, if only for a moment, to reach a point of complete and utter pause.
I fear I am not good enough. I'm not sure who I am inside anymore. I am petrified. I may fall into a deep depression again at any moment.
No one understands how stressed and
I
depressed
almost
I
died a
am.
couple years ago.
No one knows how deep I'm drowning.
I relapsed today and it felt good.
Sometimes I wish I did.
There's some scars that aren't meant to be shown.
I
to
came here to
anybody.
cry, but someone else is here.
My loneliness weighs on me like Atlas.
We are alone. Together.
Even if you're the only physical presence in this chapel, the minds and hearts of everyone in this book are with you.
It's sort of interesting with the chapel where it's a place for solitude, but at the same time it's also, there's a sense of community between everyone who goes there, and it's sort of an unsaid thing.
For me, also like kind of folding or doing something with my hands is also some sort of meditates you. I haven't written anything myself, but I always like to respond to what others have written.
I mean, like, you don't have to have people in the same room for it to be a community activity, but it's so beautiful that people will write to other people's entries.
Stumbling upon this oasis and reading the beautiful, intimate reflection of others reminds me that fate exists. I feel less lonely, like 50 friends are wrapping their arms around me.
I hope one day to return and see all my old entries. I'll know them by my signature, and I can get a glimpse into the mind of a struggling 19-year-old.
This chapel helped save my life last semester. Thank you to the strangers that wrote to me.
This brought me to tears.
Air was so clean today, the way it never is in LA, and the leaves were so bright and green.
Take a deep breath. Everything will be okay.
Estas últimas semanas me di cuenta que los sueños y oportunidades los tienes que luchar.
The beauty of this world and the people in it reminds me that we are blessed to be alive.
I am filled with an overwhelming sense of gratitude. Thank you for the skin I'm in. Thank you for the air I breathe. Thank you for the electricity in my heart. Thank you for the planet we walk on.
I relinquish the weight of the world that sits on my shoulders.